Alright, everybody. What I've got here is my latest thrift store find. Notice it's got a lot of hoses. What is it, you might ask? Well, it is a pneumatic can crusher. Found this at the thrift store for a smooth $50, and I could not pass up on it. Well, my roommate and I couldn't. We had to split it, because this is just too cool. As you see here, it's got the main piston, which does the crushing, the secondary piston, which pushes the crushed can out. I can't think of a real word for it. I guess it's a pneumatic relay. It's what sends the big burst of air to the massive piston first, and then the secondary burst is set off because whenever this piston travels back up, it goes past that wheel, which pushes in that valve to make this piston down here eject the can. I have them adjusted via these little valves here to work about as quick and as sufficient as they can. Unfortunately, the big piston may need lubrication, and I'm not sure how to do that. But it doesn't travel up very quickly anymore. It kind of only does down fast. The rest of it's kind of slow. The other one's lubed up pretty good now, though. I only used WD-40 because I know it's a solvent. I only used it on the sides here to kind of clean off some of the gunk that had built up. But yeah, I've got my air compressor line. It's not plugged in yet because this thing has a big bleeder on it to make sure no extra pressure goes to this right here. So I didn't want to let it just bleed out the compressor, which I painstakingly just charged up. We're sitting at roughly 120 pounds. I regulated it at first when I first got it from the thrift store just to see if it had an optimum amount of pressure that it worked at. Seems to operate anywhere from about 60 psi up, so I've just been running it at 125. No ill effects have come of it. It didn't want to do anything below 60. It kind of just, it would almost crush the can, and then it wouldn't quite retract. It didn't seem like a good mixture. It looks like it was designed to mount on something. I just have it sitting on the edge of our barbecue here. I hold on to it while it's doing its deal. Right here is the little button, sort of like a micro switch that actually launches the main piston. That's the T line for the incoming air right here. It's pretty cool, so I think we'll set this down and we'll see what it can crush. Just give me a moment here. I want to make sure I can get it in good view, so let's see if that does it. Yeah, that's... I mean, there's not much I can do because we're outside. I can't use this inside. It's too loud for that. So I'm going to leave that there and I'll come back in a second when I got a can and it's all plugged into the air. Alright, so I've got a generic can of store brand soda. I'm going to plug my air line in and we're going to crush a can. And here we go. Give it a second. It's going to recoil. And the ejection piston goes. And now we'll do a secondary. I have a tiny can here. This is a can of V8 or health soda cocktail mixture. It's gross. Anyway, here we go. 3, 2, 1. And you can even redo it again, just like this, just in case it wasn't crushed enough. And then the secondary piston. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how the thrift store found pneumatic can crusher works. How about for good measure, I'll go grab one more can and we'll give her a whack. Alright, for good measure, I'm going to do one more can, and I'm going to do it just another one of these tiny cans. In a view you can see it in. Here we go. Recoils, and then I'll show you here. Boom. Retract. And that is the pneumatic can crusher. If you want to see from another angle, we can just launch the piston for fun. Hopefully that is a clear angle. And we can watch it trigger that wheel right there in a second. Boom, that piston comes and retracts. Awesome, thank you guys for watching. So here's another can of generic store brand goodness. I'm going to hold the camera this time so you can see a little bit better, hopefully. Alright, and here she goes. This should be an outtake, shouldn't it? Alright, let's give it a quick launch. There we go. Three, two, one. It's running a little low on pressure.